How will the respiration rate react in different temperatures? By Manny, Sergio, and Lucy.
He doesn't even smell. He's just like.
Roly polies are ectothermic, meaning that they're cold-blooded. That means that they rely on their surroundings to regulate their body temperature.
In cold temperatures, the roly-polies move slow, whereas in warm, hot temperature, they'll move more rapid than usual.
The purpose of this experiment is to determine the effect the temperature of the environment has on the roly-polies' respiration rate by measuring the production of CO2 in 3 different temperatures.
Group hypothesis. If the temperature is cold, then the roly-polies will respirate more than in room temperature. If the temperature is warmer/hot, then the roly-polies will respirate less than in room temperature.
For this experiment, the independent variable was the temperature environment the roly-polies are surrounded in. The dependent variable was the amount of CO2 the roly-polies produce in the environment. The control is the room temperature environment for a neutral measurement, and the constants are the CO2 probe and the roly-polies used in the experiment.
So the blue line represents the cold water, the red line represents the hot water, and the green one represents the room temperature.
The way that the temperature is related to the CO2 production is that in the cold temperature, the roly-polies respirate less because they try to stay warm and to keep their body heat. And in the heat, the roly-polies respirate more in order to release the heat.
Roly-polies are cage strategists because they only reproduce in the springtime, and the male-female roly-poly bugs work together to raise their offspring, which many of them do not survive during birth.
The life cycle of a roly-poly starts with an egg. The mother will carry the egg in her pouch, and the egg will hatch and then become a mankay, which are just smaller and lighter-looking roly-polies. Then the roly-poly will shed skins, which is the manka stage. After this, they go through the juvenile stage. This is only minute versions of the adult stage. After a year, a little more than a year, they're in the adult stage and they can breed. The average lifespan of a roly-poly averages from 2 to 5 years.
Food chain. As you can see, the plant is eaten by the roly-poly, and the roly-poly is eaten by the frog, and the frog is eaten by the bird, and the bird is eaten by the snake.
Roly-polies sit in the second trophic level as the first level consumers.
Food web. As you can see, the plant is on the first level. Snail, roly-poly, earwig, millipede are on the second level. Third level is beetle larva, and the ground beetle, and the fourth level is the wolf spider.
On the trophics pyramid, the roly-poly will be in the bottom. Then the beetle goes into the second area. The third area is where the frog fits. The bird is next, and the snake is at the top.
We rejected our cold hypothesis because we saw that with colder temperature, the roly-polies breathe less. And we also rejected our warm weather hypothesis because when we seen that the warmer it got, the roly-polies breathed more.
Okay, in the experiment, a few mistakes or problems that we made is that we forgot to start the time at first, and Sergio, whenever we were measuring the CO2 production, he had dropped one of the test tubes. And variables outside our control, we weren't able to control how the roly-polies reacted to the environmental temperatures.
And right here you can see the resources we used to do all these slides, and there they are.